Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this video we're going to discuss silver. So we're coming back to silver. Now, just a couple days ago I posted wanting to wait for the December silver futures contract to pull back to a level where the December silver futures contract would be a buy. Now, instead of buying December futures, now let me show you why I'm going to show you an alternative. Take a look at the margin rates right there. Now, for a lot of traders, that's no problem. And you can step in and buy one or two or more contracts at $14,000 initial margin. This means that we're going to be taking this trade overnight. So you're going to not take day trading margin. This is going to be overnight. And look, for a lot of other traders, that's just completely cost prohibitive. Not to mention that the minimum move on silver, if we really get booking on silver, it can be a fairly violent moving market. It looks really friendly right now, but it could turn, and it could turn quick. But we like the trend. It's a double green. We've got the 8 over 13, 13 over 21, 21 over 34 structure of the exponential moving averages. And we're trading at the 21 exponential moving average prop dot. So let's put a couple levels here on this chart, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So first of all, the first level is at the prop dot. That's 26.85 right there. And the second level is down here at the 34 EMA on the high, which is 26.45. You could even just call that 26.50, the major psychological level. Okay, so 26.50. So we have a major and minor psychological level at play in this market. So those are my two triggers. They're triggers for what? Well, let's take a look at SLV. This is your ETF alternative. Now, you might remember we talked about this setup just a few days ago, and now the SI December silver futures contract is pulling back. We're in business now. So let's take a look at what we've got. So SLV now is pulling back. Now, quite frankly, the only time I care at all where SLV is trading is when I'm going to start looking for the 16th of October at the money calls. And then I've got to go about bidding on them, right? That's the only time I care where SLV is trading. That's the only time where I'm going to care where an at the money call is trading. Now, what's my at the money call here? So our at the money call is going to basically be, I think 25 is fine, but if you want to go at 24 and a half, I think that's even better. So 24 and a half would be slightly in the money, but 25s are totally fine. You'll notice the option, open interest, and volume on the October 16 25s is plenty liquid. Okay, so with this bearish momentum, knowing that you're open to buying this again if we move another 30 cents lower on the December futures contract, please don't pile in at this level, but feel free to put a little skin in the game, right? So you might buy however many it is that you want to buy at this level. Now, let's get into a little bit more detail here. Let's use the 25s. They're super liquid, and I think a lot of you will like the fact that they're trading $1.77 by $1.78. So these are right now trading $1.77 by $1.78 as we're pushing into that range. What I would tell you to do is, and this is where I want you all to think a little bit like day traders. And you're thinking, well, wrong. This is a daily time frame. You know, I just finished a day trading class. We're going to do the live trading on it next week. So you definitely still have time to join me for that if you want to watch the class, which is recorded and ready for review, and then join me on the 9th for that class. Or rather, I should say the live trading for that class. So you've got the 6.5 hour class, lots of detail, gang, 6.5 class, plus, depending on how you want to sign up, you've got live trading on the 9th, the 14th, the 16th, and the 21st of this month, okay? All right, so let me give you a little bit let me show you a little bit how we use the intraday chart to better time the entry of this end of day setup. Now, the intraday chart ideally is going to give me a breakout through an intraday bottom. And actually, I think that happened as we crossed up over 24.83 and moved really nicely into the VWAP at 25, hit the handle. That's actually a really decent little 15-cent silver day trade, which is actually a really nice day trade in silver. So here's what I'd say you want to do to time your entry on the SLV. Bearish momentum either back to 2480 or bearish momentum back to the support back in here. So I think these two levels, bearish momentum into either one of those two, is going to give you a really nice opportunity to bid on these. And you could put a bid out there of 173. Now I'm talking to you at 1:02 p.m. Eastern. Okay, you could put a bid at 173, heck, all the way down to 170, and see if you can get a fill on this. Now remember, don't pile in at this level. Put a little skin in the game, maybe half, maybe, heck, even a third of what you would typically do, all right, in this area as we're moving lower with bearish momentum. You're going to have an edge to get your order filled closer to the bid than chasing the offer as we're heading higher. So I think about what's happening in here, in this area right in here, and then I think a little bit like a day trader, and I harness the momentum of the movement to get a better fill on my 16th of October calls. So yeah, you can absolutely think like a day trader when you're getting your fills. In fact, I think that's the best way to think about it, right? So I hope that's helpful. A little bit of a deep dive, something we'll be doing more of next week, and I'll see you in the next update.